What's good, everybody? Thanks for joining me. We got a lot to go through today. The Game Awards just happened last night, and there were a buttload of new game announcements, including next-gen announcements like GodFall and Senua's Hellblade 2. That's right, PS5 and Xbox Series X are coming at us fast. Not to mention we got something very unexpected from Nintendo, a cool little Devolver game, and a buttload of new titles announced by Riot Games. All that and more on another episode of the shit you care about.
Tekken fighter game.
So, this is the single-player experience that Ninja Theory has been working on. Earlier in the year, we heard that they were making a multiplayer game called Bleeding Edge, which is like a multiplayer combat hero co-op sort of situation, and everyone was like, this studio is well known for making like single-player titles. It's kind of weird that they are, you know, making this multiplayer game all of a sudden. And lo and behold, they were working on a second part to Hellblade, which is a very popular game in the past year or two. Really emotional, deep storytelling, kind of about this girl dealing with mental illness, living in this fucking weird, like, Wicker Man-esque place. It's kind of got a Viking feel to it. A lot of people are really excited about this coming in. It looks beautiful. Holy crap. Wow. And they said that it was running in engine, so we'll see what this looks like when it comes out, but if it looks anything like that running in engine, then holy shit, we are in for a treat with next-gen consoles. Next up is GodFall. It's a new IP from Gearbox. It looks pretty neat, very stylish, of course, the people who made Borderlands, and they really didn't show off a lot. This is a very big teaser trailer, and at the 5 they show off that it's going to be for the PlayStation 5. I think I just said at the 5 they showed off that it's going to be for the PlayStation 5. At the end they showed off that it's going to be for the PlayStation 5, which was kind of the big, you know, reveal there, that we got 2 new next-gen console games announced at the Game Awards. Pretty neat stuff. Not a lot to go off here yet, but it looks like that stylish thing you expect from Gearbox for sure. Next up is the new announcement from Nintendo. They came out with Bravely Default 2, which was pretty wacky, I gotta say. Bravely Default 2 is actually the third game in the series. I'm pretty sure the second one was called like Bravely Second or something like that. This was a pretty big announcement. I don't think anyone really saw this coming. I thought it was gonna be Metroid Prime 4, so I was a little bit bummed about that. That was total speculation on my end. I mean, there was nothing pointing to that. I just thought it would have been really cool to see Metroid Prime 4, I gotta say. Next up is Weird West. It's gonna be a Devolver Digital game made by some of the guys from Arcane Studios, who are well known for making Prey and Dishonored. Really, really good games. It looks pretty neat, I gotta say. I'm really into that Wild West theme. It seems to be hot right now with Red Dead Redemption 2, obviously. And it seems like it's gonna be kind of like a hardcore RPG where you gotta, you know, be a cowboy and shit. I'm really digging it. It looks like you can stick people up at the bank and run heists and stuff like that. I love anything Devolver Digital, honestly. I think they pick up some really cool names to make games for them. I definitely think they have a reputation for being one of the best in the indie business for a reason. They just make really, really cool games. Moving on, Riot announced like 2 or 3 games at this freaking place. Holy crap, there were so many of them. I don't know anything about League of Legends, so I was a little bit confused on like what all these are gonna be. I would assume if you're kind of in their ecosystem, you know a little bit more, but it seems like they're gonna make a lot of single player experiences for League of Legends, which I think a lot of people have been asking for. They seem to have this big, huge, expansive lore with a lot of different characters. I did think it was pretty funny when the guy from Riot got up there and he was talking about all these things that have happened in the like League of Legends world, and it was all just sounded really confusing, and I had no clue what he was talking about.
Burning tides, so everyone believes Gangplank is dead, Bilgewater is in chaos, the Shadow Isles, and we have a lot of other surprises as well. And Poros, they're mandatory apparently.
That's pretty exciting, I'm sure, if you play a lot of League of Legends. I'm a huge fan of Overwatch, and I'm excited about them getting some single player content. I imagine it's kind of that same feeling. You're excited to kind of see these characters live in that world and get to experience all that. Seems pretty neat. If you're into League of Legends, I bet you're excited about that. So there you go. I'll keep you guys up to date with any more news I get on that. A really surprising announcement, I thought, was the Dark Alliance trailer. At first, I didn't think this was associated with the Baldur's Gate Dark Alliance in any way. I thought it was just kind of like, I thought it just happened to be named that because Baldur's Gate is based off of Dungeons and Dragons. My point is I didn't know that there was a connection. I found out later that there is a connection, and apparently it's going to kind of be a spiritual successor to that game, which actively excites me. I love Baldur's Gate Dark Alliance. It was an awesome PS2 game. If you've never played it, there's really not any reason to go back and play. There's a lot of RPGs that do what it does a lot better nowadays, but man, back in the day, that game was dope, dude. The trailer I thought looked a little silly, I have to admit, but I'm just excited to see where this is going. It seems really cool. Dungeons and Dragons is kind of having a comeback right now. So if it's anything like the PS2 Baldur's Gate, I'm so in. Hell yeah, co-op, role-playing, let's do it. So PlayerUnknown made a really short appearance there. They showed off their new game Prologue, or they didn't really show off a game at all, to be honest. It was a huge teaser trailer. All we really know about it is that it takes place in a really rainy forest. And that's about it. Not a lot else known about it. I'm kind of excited to see what Brendan from PlayerUnknown has got up his sleeve after making PlayerUnknown and it becoming so popular and kind of creating a genre. I'm curious to see if he can come in there with some fresh and new ideas for a, first player game. Forests seem to be a really popular thing this year, I'm noticing. A bunch of games are like in a forest. Sons of the Forest, Everwild, Grounded is in like the backyard. Anyway, forests seem to be a really hot commodity right now. I think that's gonna be the next big thing next to Wild West games. Holy shit, we gotta talk about this now. Fast and Furious Crossroads, dude. Oh man, it looks really bad. I am not the audience that they're speaking to in this game by any means, but I couldn't help but laugh. The trailer for this looked hilariously bad, and then rolling up to that, Michelle Rodriguez and Vin Diesel on stage were too much, man. They were hilarious. How Michelle Rodriguez says Tekken makes me want to jump off a roof.
Tekken fighter game.
It is, and just Vin Diesel in general is just cringy in my eyes, and I don't know. I'm sure there are people out there who are excited about this. I don't think there's been a Fast and Furious game for a long time, or ever maybe. And it does honestly make sense for the franchise. I could see how that would translate to a game well, but I'll pass, man. I'll pass. It does not look good. Whew. Oh. During the pre-show, they showed off a little bit more Final Fantasy VII. I am really hyped for this game. I think it's going to end up being really cool. I think they're going to pull through for us and give us a whole multi-part series, and I really hope they do. Don't fuck me, Square, god damn it. But yeah, we've got to see a lot of this recently. I still think it looks really neat. I'm excited to play this game next year. I think March. Coming so soon now. Wow. As far as DLC goes, we got a look at the new Marvel Ultimate Alliance 3 DLC. Looks like more characters, more shit to do. I've heard this game is pretty good, actually. It kind of came out during that, late summer game drought, and I've heard decent things. I'd like to pick it up if it ever went on sale, but I have yet to play it yet. And beyond that, I don't really have a lot of experience with this series, but hey, new Marvel Ultimate Alliance, if that's what you like. They also showed off a little DLC for Control. I'm really excited to get any more of this game to play. It is a beautiful game. They actually won some awards there. And I actually, now that I think about it, I probably am not going to go too much into the awards given at the show, but congratulations to everyone who won awards last night. I think they were totally deserved, and I am glad that Hideo Kojima didn't just win every single one of them. Congratulations to all of them. I think you all deserve it. There were some really, really cool games that came out this year, and thank you so much for, making those to let me play them and talk about them on the internet. Jesus. If the Game Awards really get me excited about anything, it's video games. It's cool that video games are being taken more legitimately as an entertainment medium, and as much as everyone complains about them just being 4 hours of ads, I think it's really cool that we finally are kind of getting that acceptance in the mainstream media, And I personally love, tuning in every year to see all my favorites in the game industry get together and just celebrate games and talk about games and announce games, and everyone is stoked and talks about it on Twitter, and I just think it's a really cool experience. So Yeah. Anyway, that's about all of the game news I had to go through. I just went over kind of some of the bigger game announcements there. Like I mentioned earlier, there was a buttload of announcements. I couldn't go over all of them here in this video, but I kind of just wanted to hit some of the ones that I thought were really neat. If you want, you can go back and watch all 3 hours of that Game Awards. I will put the link down below in the description. And as always, thank you for watching. I really appreciate it. Hit the subscribe button if you like what I do. It really helps me make more content for you guys. And of course, have a kick-ass week.